Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me on another video. Today, I am doing a highly requested video, which is my top fragrances for a bride. Honey, I've been getting so many messages in my DMs on Instagram asking for recommendations on the perfect bridal scent. So I'm going to showcase a few fragrances that I think would be absolutely perfect for a bride, whether you want something sexy, something girly, or something soft and suave. I got you. Like, I pretty much have a very large selection, and all of them for a specific bride. I'm going to give you guys examples of personalities, maybe the time of your wedding, the weather, and all of that good stuff. So I hope you guys enjoy this video, and I will link down below my first ever video on bridal scents, which is pretty amazing, and I still stand by every single fragrance, so check it down below. I tried not to repeat the same scents, but there are a few that I'm repeating because they are that good, okay? So hope you guys enjoy this video, and if you're new to my channel, please go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already. Turn on your post notifications so you're notified every single time I upload a new video. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram and on TikTok, where I upload daily. So support your girl there, and let's go ahead and jump into it. So when it comes to bridal scents, it really does depend on the person. Not everyone wants to smell fresh floral scents on their wedding day. Some people want to feel extremely sexy, some want to feel very powerful, and some just want something a little bit more simple. So I'm going to try and give you guys a selection that is fitted for a lot of different personalities. So I really hope you guys enjoy this video. Let's get into these scents. As always, I will link everything down in the description box. So if you guys want to check these fragrances out for yourselves, definitely do. A lot of them are easily accessible at your local Sephora, Hudson's Bay, Shoppers Drug Mart, Saks, Halts, all that kind of stores. So let's start with one of, I got quite a lot. Okay, let's start with something a little bit more extravagant that I think is just a beautiful scent if you love your vanilla tones. So this is Woman in Gold from Kilian, and I think this would make a stunning bridal scent. I see a girl having a wedding, daytime wedding, lots of white florals around you. You're definitely a girly girl, and you love sweet scents. Heavy dose of vanilla, but it's a very airy, fresh vanilla. Oh, it's beautiful. I love Woman in Gold. I think it's just stunning. It's captivating. It's still classy, but feminine and soft at the same time, with this beautiful touch of sweetness from that vanilla note. Oh, it's so stunning. And I don't feel like this will go out of style. Now, I will also say that it does dry down slightly powdery, so you gotta like that, but it's nothing too obnoxious because you guys know me, I don't like something overly powdery because it just doesn't vibe with my skin. So it's slightly powdery, but that powderiness gives it more of like a silky vibe. Oh, and you just gotta love vanilla. You really, really gotta love vanilla to enjoy Woman in Gold. The name, the bottle, this will never, ever go out of style. Let me get a spray of that. So the opening of this fragrance is actually pretty bright and a little citrusy. There's bergamot, mandarin orange, and aldehydes. The middle notes there is vanilla absolute, rose, geranium, and freesia. And then the base notes we have vanilla, wood, tonka bean, and patchouli. To me, I get most of the rose note, the vanilla note, and the dry down is slightly woody, but just a very slightly woody note. But ultimately, you have to enjoy vanilla because it is the most prominent note to me, and I just love it. For those of you who want to smell very classy, elegant, with a vintage touch, this is Cocoa EDP from Chanel. And I mean, just the bottle alone is just so beautiful and elegant. And I really do find that this fragrance is extremely, extremely elegant. To me, this is more of a tube rose kind of scent. I don't know if there's tube rose in here. I'm just looking at the notes and it doesn't say that there's tube rose in here. It says that there's like rose, orange blossom, mimosa, there's Bulgarian rose, peach, jasmine, mandarin orange, there's amber. But ultimately for me, when I smell cocoa, I get like this tube rose vibe, like white floral vibes for sure, and slightly powdery in the dry down. Definitely a vintage style of fragrance, so you kind of have to enjoy that. The opening is like a mix of fruity floral. It's kind of fresh and kind of mood uplifting, but the dry down is where you're going to get a little bit more of this warm ambery vibe with still that kind of floral, white floral touch in the background. Again, very vintage. For those brides that love a vintage bridal dress, or even the decor style, your hair, your makeup. I'm talking, you know, the red lipstick with a little bit of a black liner, very clean makeup look. This fragrance would just go perfectly. It has a very classy, elegant, vintage vibe, and I think it's very, very memorable. Even though a ton of people own Coco from Chanel, I don't smell it everywhere. I really, really don't. And I tend to pick up fragrances on people all the time, and I don't smell this on everyone. So I know it's not something that a lot of people will be wearing, but I do feel like it's one that will get attention, that will be quite memorable. But again, you have to enjoy those vintagey fragrances that are a little bit more mature. Not that bubble gum, sweet, cotton candy, floral sweet. It is definitely more of a mature fragrance, but I think it would make just a classy, elegant scent that is absolutely timeless. So the next fragrance is those of you who love your floral scents that is not super juvenile or super sweet. It's something a little bit more elegant, and I think this would make a gorgeous scent for those of you who are getting married in the summertime, have a lot of floral notes around you, or like your decor has a lot of floral tones there. I think this would be just beautiful. And this is Lancome's Idol. This is a beautiful, elegant, floral fragrance. This is definitely rose prominent. I believe there's two types of notes in here. There's Turkish rose and Bulgarian rose. In the dry down, there is like vanilla notes and white musk. So it's just a very beautiful, elegant scent that is pretty and feminine. And again, if you love your floral tones, oh yeah, that opening is so pretty. I think the opening is very fruity. I get pear in here and some sort of other fruit. I could be totally wrong, but I will list the notes for you guys for sure. But this is just a really beautiful, clean, fresh, elegant floral scent. The dry down has a beautiful white musk that is just like clean skin. But those floral tones in this fragrance definitely last, like the rosy notes. And I like that there are two mixes of rose, so it's not just like a fresh cut rose. There's a little bit of spice in this fragrance also, and it's just elegant. It's very, very elegant. I know a ton of people that love this scent as a signature scent because it is those kind of fragrances that are just pleasing to be around. It's very luxurious. It's really, really pretty. So this would make for a stunning bridal scent. I think it's so gorgeous. And again, for the summertime, florals around you, white dress, this is just beautiful. If you love a feminine floral fragrance that is not too juvenile and not too sweet, something a little bit more mature, like a slight maturity to it, this would be a beautiful fragrance. And I feel like this is a classic. I don't see this scent profiling going out of style or turning into a very vintage style. It is one that will definitely stand the test of time and be around for a really, really long time. And it's a scent that you can wear over and over again on your anniversary, on your honeymoon, and it's still very, very pretty. So that is Lancome's Idol. The next fragrance that I have is My Way from Giorgio Armani, and this is just a beautiful scent. Like, you really can't go wrong with this fragrance. It is a stunning white floral scent that has a beautiful vanilla dry down. I believe there is tuberose in this scent and vanilla in the dry down. Every time I smell this, it makes me smile. It smells very sweet, romantic, feminine, fresh and airy at the same time. This is a scent that you can wear all year round. So if you're having a summer wedding or a fall wedding or a winter wedding, it really just goes with that occasion, because when I wear this in the fall and winter, the warmth of that vanilla really pulls through. But when I wear it in the summertime, the freshness of that tuberose is beautiful. And I find that the tuberose in here is a clean, modern tuberose. It's not super vintage like Coco from Chanel. This one comes off very vintagey tuberose, even though there isn't tuberose in there, but I think there is. But this scent is very modern and just beautiful. Honestly, when I smell this one, the word beautiful always comes to mind. Oh, that opening is beautiful. The opening is like almost like a bubblegummy opening. Like, when I smell this one, I think of the color pink, like a blush pink. Ooh, Lord, I spray that too much. And it's just a soft, sweet, feminine fragrance that is really, really beautiful. The floral notes in here are done so nicely that you're not picking up on anything too harsh, in my opinion. And the dry down is beautiful. This is a scent that lasts really well on me, but definitely if you are a bride, I would absolutely recommend, no matter what fragrance you are wearing, to take a small sample with you in your purse. One of your bridesmaids can hold on to it if you don't have a purse, but have it so you can top it up throughout the day, because weddings can be very long and you just want your scent to linger on and on and on. So either way, I would definitely top up my scent throughout the day if I am a bride. But this is beautiful. Like, I guarantee you will enjoy this. This is a scent that it's kind of like you don't need to think about. You spray it and you're like, wow, this is beautiful. It instantly puts a smile on my face. So it's like a happy scent at the same time. I just love this. And again, whatever time of the year your wedding is, it will just fall appropriately on that day. It is floral, so if you enjoy floral, you will love this one. But in the dry down, I get a beautiful hit of a warm vanilla tone, and I love this one. I really, really love it a lot. So I have another one from Giorgio Armani that is probably in everyone's list. Well, a lot of people's list when it comes to bridal fragrances. And this was, I believe, in my last year's bridal fragrance video also. And I'm mentioning it again because I feel like this is like the epitome of bridal scent, and that is Fiore. I mean, look at this bottle and it tells you everything. It's such a pretty feminine scent. It is sweet, it's comforting, a little flirty, and it will definitely get you compliments. Oh my God, it's like creamy in a way also. There are beautiful notes in here. The opening is like fruity, and I'm seeing blackcurrant and green mandarin. It's part of the C line. The C line always has that blackcurrant note. It's like their signature note in that lineup, but I don't pick it up that much in this fragrance. Well, maybe in the complete opening, maybe in the opening. Yeah, slightly in the opening, but it dries down to a completely different vibe for me. So in the middle notes, we have neroli, rose, patchouli, oak moss, and the base is vanilla and white musk. And this is just a beautiful, feminine, sweet, creamy, almost bubblegummy kind of fragrance. It really kind of reminds me of like a strawberry dessert, maybe like a strawberry shortcake or something. It is delicious without leaning too gourmand where it smells like food, you know what I mean? But it's still very delicious, and it's just a pretty feminine girly scent. So if you want to smell like a lady, just like a girl, like a little bit more modern, you want to smell like a lady but more modern, more fresh, and this is a perfect scent for you. You can't go wrong with this one. It's really safe blind buy, but you have to like your sweet fragrances. You have to like feminine fragrances and something a little bit soft and creamy. It's nothing super loud and extravagant, but there's something very pretty and captivating about this scent that I think would just be perfect for a bride. It is so gorgeous. If you like the C lineup from Giorgio Armani, you will absolutely love this one. And I do have a video on all of the C fragrances, so check it out. I'll list it down below as well as over here, so you can click and check it. But this is definitely one of my favorites, and my bottle is pretty much like halfway done. It is so gorgeous. So the next scent that I have is from BDK, and this is Passy Soir. It is one of my favorite fragrances right now. Like, it's very addictive. I always want to wear it, and it's one of my favorites from BDK. This is kind of like a crowd pleasing scent, 100%. Like, I feel like a lot of people will really enjoy it because there's nothing obnoxious about this fragrance. It's sweet. It's definitely sweet. It almost reminds me of like champagne, like a sweet champagne vibe. That's what I get with this scent. It smells like a celebration. This is a fragrance for me that you really can't pinpoint every single note in here. I just really like the way that it makes me feel. And to me, it ultimately smells like a really fresh, sweet, feminine fragrance that, again, reminds me of like a sweet champagne tone. That's why I think it would be perfect for a bride. You could definitely overspray with Passy Soir. It's not the most long lasting scent on me whatsoever. On my clothes, it definitely lasts a lot longer. So I would really lather myself with moisturizer, spray this all over my body, spray a little on my hair, a little on my clothes so I can get it to last. And I would probably top it up a few times throughout the day. But it's such a pretty scent that is so wearable. It's non-offensive, it's fresh, it's clean, it's sweet, it's airy, it's elegant, it's feminine, all at the same time. And it's just a really pretty scent that I think will never go out of style. Like, this fragrance is just so pretty. It's like a mix of fruity floral for sure when I smell it. And I get like hits of jasmine, but it's a very clean, airy, light jasmine. It's nothing heavy in my opinion. And it's so nice. So if you were contemplating, definitely get you guys a sample of Passy Soir and see how you like it. But I absolutely love this one and I cannot get enough of it. So the next one is a little bit more daring. It's not your usual fragrances that I've been mentioning, which is more on the floral fruity side. This has a little bit more depth, but it's so beautiful. And this is a scent that gets me so many compliments. And I feel like not a ton of people would be wearing this at your wedding. Could be wrong, depends who you know, but I don't think that you would run into so many people wearing this. And that is Tobacco Vanille. Like, this fragrance is a showstopper. Like, it's so beautiful, it's unique, so you will get a ton of compliments, questions, and also people will remember this scent simply because you don't smell it everywhere, at least not where I live. And this scent is just, oh my god, it is so damn good. So the tobacco note in here, because Tobacco Vanille can be intimidating when you think of it, and when you look up the notes and you see tobacco and spicy notes in there, you might be like, oh, this is too much. But this, I think, would be beautiful for an evening wedding or like a cooler weather wedding, even though this still works on me during the summertime. It really does, because there's this slight freshness to the scent. I don't know where it's coming from, but there is. It's not as heavy as you may think it is, okay? So the tobacco in this scent is like a sweet, wet tobacco leaf note. It's not heavy, masculine, super dominant in this scent. It comes off almost like gourmandish, if you will. It is so beautiful. The spiciness in here also is very toned down and mellowed out. It's nothing too obnoxious and heavy. And there is a beautiful vanilla in here that is definitely prominent, but I find everything is just blended to perfection and makes a standout scent. Like, definitely stand out. Oh my God, yes. This is a bride that definitely wants to stand out. This is a bride that is very confident. She is not shy. She doesn't want to be the cookie cutter, super sweet, girly type of scent. She wants something that's going to be a little bit more of a wow factor. She wants a little sexiness in her fragrance. Tobacco Vanille would be perfect. Think of like something warm, spicy, a little deeper, vanilla tones in there. This is a gorgeous, sexy fragrance that is quite memorable in my opinion. And again, I have gotten so many compliments with Tobacco Vanille from like complete strangers to family members. It is a beautiful, sweet fragrance that to me leans more feminine. It is categorized as unisex, but I find it leans a lot more feminine because there is just this beautiful sweetness in the scent, and the vanilla is so gorgeous in here. But again, it's for those brides that definitely want to stand out. You want to shy away from the usual floral notes, and you want to give something that's going to give a heavier effect to your wedding day. So this is definitely a beautiful, beautiful scent that I absolutely recommend. It is Tom Ford's Tobacco Vanille. So another fragrance that is definitely more of a sexier fragrance. You want to stand out. You want to be a little bit more daring. You don't want the usual fresh floral scent. For me would be Velvet Rose and Oud from Jo Malone. This is a sexy scent, honey. She is deep. She's rosy, she is oud, so like woody tones in there, a little bit of an incense vibe. It is so, so gorgeous. Oh, I love that one. It's very much for a bride that is very confident. Like, you love to speak your mind. You love your sensuality and you're not afraid to show it. I'm thinking a bride that's going to wear a very fitted dress, maybe a lot of lace going on, maybe a lot of skin showing, something that has a sweetheart neckline, a gorgeous silhouette. This would be a perfect scent. Or even a bride that is not wearing white or off-white, you're incorporating a little bit more color into your gown or something just unique but very sensual. This is the scent for you. That is Velvet Rose and Oud. To me, this is a gorgeous take on the rose and oud combination because it's done in a way that is so smooth. It doesn't go towards that animalic type of vibe, which a lot of rose and oud combos do. This one I find is a lot more tolerable. It is an intense version because this will last and project all day long on me, like literally all day long. And this is the Cologne Intense version of the Jo Malone fragrances, and I find that this lasts really well. There is a slight sweetness to the scent. I'm going to spray that on my hand right here and just smell it. Oh man, as soon as you spray it, it's like sexy. It's so sensual. It's deep. It's a spicy, deep rose. I don't know what kind of rose in here, maybe Bulgarian or Turkish rose. And the woodsy tone in there is beautiful. It's slightly smoky, like slightly smoky. This is definitely a very intense fragrance. So not for those shy, girly kind of brides. You want to exude sensuality. You want to feel sexy on your wedding day. You want to feel daring and you're just not afraid and you don't care what anyone thinks. This is a gorgeous, sensual fragrance. 100%. I love it. even if you are going to do a gown change and you're going to put on something a little bit more sensual, you can switch up your fragrance and put this one on for evening time. I think that would be an awesome thing to do. And this is just a beautiful, like sexy deep rose oud fragrance, 100%. This is Velvet Rose and Oud from Jo Malone. So the next fragrance that I'm going to talk about is fairly new to my collection. I've had it for about 2 weeks now, and I actually have never mentioned it on my channel. This is the first time, and this is Blondine from the brand Frassi. I'm probably butchering that, but you guys will get the name right over here. This scent is a buttery vanilla goodness. Like if you love your very creamy vanilla, this is and this is just a very creamy scent. Like there is no other way I could describe it. It's very creamy. It's so pretty. This is kind of the way that I describe Passissoir, where it's really hard to kind of pinpoint every single note. It's more about the vibe and the feel that you're going to get from the scent. That's how I feel about this one. To me, she is very creamy, very buttery, sweet, warm, also gourmand, leaning gourmand without it being too like edible sweet, I want to say. Oh my goodness, this is gorgeous. It's absolutely gorgeous. You have to really enjoy super sweet scents that are very creamy. Think of like Woman in Gold from Kilian, going towards that realm, but Kilian is a little bit, the Woman in Gold has a little bit more freshness, where this is definitely a little bit more dense, I want to say. It is a beautiful bridal scent. It is feminine to me also, without it. Yeah, it's feminine. It is actually very feminine. And I just find it so pretty and very unique. I don't have anything in my collection that smells quite like this fragrance. I love the bottle style, how like simple and minimalistic it is. I love that they put like a wooden top on this, and it's just a very pretty scent. I definitely want to try more from this brand, but I think that this is a gorgeous bridal scent if you love your decadent, a little bit more dense, creamy vanilla fragrances. Oh, it's so beautiful. It is really beautiful. Even though it is a simple fragrance, there's so much character to this scent, which is kind of weird to say. There's not a lot of like complexity when I smell it, but something about it gives me uniqueness to this scent. Does that make sense? So definitely get yourself a sample, because it is one of those higher priced niche fragrances. So get yourself a sample to try out, but I think it's beautiful. It is really beautiful. I wouldn't pull this off on a very hot day for a daytime wedding. I would probably wear this for cooler days if your wedding is during that time, you know, passing September, well, at least here in Canada. So think of like cooler weather, not super cold, but cooler weather. Definitely can go with like winter, but I wouldn't recommend this for brides that are having weddings on a very hot summer day, because it can become a little too intense with that sweetness. So keep that one in mind. But it is a gorgeous bridal scent, and it's a fragrance that I don't hear a ton of people talking about, but I really love it. Again, if you love vanillas, if you love your creamy dense vanillas, definitely check this one out. And then last but not least, I definitely had to mention a Perfumes de Marly fragrance before ending this video. Of course, I love Delina as well as Delina Exclusive. I think they are gorgeous bridal scents, and I would always mention them. But because I recommended it in my last video, I didn't want to officially put it into the video, but you know, I still recommend it. But I am going to recommend another one that is not spoken of too much, but I think it's just one of the most beautiful white floral fragrances that I own, and that is Sudbury. This fragrance is a stunner, okay? This is a more elegant, mature, slightly vintage scent. It's definitely heavy on like that tuberosy note. So if you love tuberose, you will absolutely love Sudbury. Think of like Chanel Coco, the way this vibe is, the vintagey, classy vibe. That's what you're gonna get with Sudbury. I think this would pair beautifully with someone that is having a wedding that is full of white florals. Like if your centerpieces, if your decor is full of white floral tones, this scent would just go beautifully. It's a very creamy scent. It's very elegant, very ladylike, and just so beautiful. Like very, very beautiful. It has a slight powdery touch, but there's also this like freshness that comes from this fragrance. It's not super heavy or dense or anything like that. Oh man. It smells so beautiful. It's clean, it's airy. There's a bit of a green touch. I'm not sure where it's coming from. Maybe it's patchouli. I might be mistaken, but there's a bit slight of a green touch in the background. But ultimately, you're going to get this creamy kind of tube rose vibe with a slight powdery dry down. It is a stunning, feminine, white floral fragrance with a slight hit of sweetness, just slightly from the floral tones, not from anything else. I believe there's also vanilla in here, which is very beautifully placed. And I just think this is another very unique scent when it comes to white floral fragrances. It's very elegant, very elevated, smells quite luxurious to me. So if you love your tuberose scents and you want something that is on another level, something a little bit more upscale, this is a beautiful option. So guys, that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it and saw something new and cool today. Definitely leave your comments down below and let me know what you think of my picks. I definitely didn't want to stay in the like floral tones for all the fragrances. That's why I threw in a couple of like unique scents here and there. So I hope you guys appreciated it. And I will link everything down below as always. Can't wait to hear your comments, and I will see you all on the next video. Ciao!